Let's take a look at how to use Google Forms as an exit poll or a check for understanding, where you can instantly poll your students and show them the results in an anonymous format so they can see how they're doing or how the class is doing as a whole. It's also useful for you as the teacher to get a gauge on the understanding level in your classroom. In Google Drive, I'm going to go to the New button and I'm going to choose More and Google Forms. And I will name this form Exit Poll. And then I'm going to add some questions in here. There's different options for the types of questions you can ask. You can use a scale question, which is a good idea for checking for understanding. My level of understanding for this learning target was, and then you can do a scale of 1 to 5, and you can make 1 the low end and say, I don't understand. I have mastered target. Okay, something along those lines. Click Done. Another one that's useful is checkboxes, and checkboxes allow them to select more than one option if there's more than one true things they could say. So I need more help on the following problems. And problem 1. And I'll just copy and paste this a couple more times here. Okay, so in this case, they could check more than one. And then what's nice about this is once the students have filled in the answers, you'll get to see graphs updated in real time as they submit their responses. So a couple last things to take care of before we're ready to look at that. I'm going to automatically collect respondents' Stanwood Camano School District username. That way I can go back into the data and tell who answered what and who needs more help. And then I'm going to uncheck this show link to submit another response. I don't want students to enter this more than once, so I'm just going to uncheck that. And then I'm going to click Send Form. And that's where I get my link to share. So I'll click on the link. I can hit Command-C or Apple-C on a Mac to copy that. If I'm on a PC, I would hit Control-C, and then I'll click Done. And where you post this kind of depends on how you're using it, and you could send it out in an email. You could post it to a website. I'm using Google Classroom, so I'm going to make a new announcement in Google Classroom and post that there. So I'll go to my professional development class here. I'll click a new announcement and exit poll, and then I'm going to click the link button. And I will paste my link to the poll right there and click Add. Okay, once that gets added, I will click Post, and I'll send that to my, my classroom page here. So here's my exit poll, and students will see it like this, and they can click on the link, and they can enter their answers. So I'm just going to enter a few times here just so that there is data available to look at, and then I'll skip ahead in the video and you can see the results. Okay, I've just filled out the form several different times to simulate students answering the form, and I'll go back to my Google Forms here. And the way that you can see kind of the graphs that appear is if you go up to responses, and I can see that I have 6 responses, and I can choose summary of responses. And then I get these nice charts here, and I can put this up on the screen for students to see. And so this is the answer to the scale question, and I can see that I have 3 students, 50% of the respondents, answered 2. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being I don't understand, half the class rated themselves a 2. So that's a concern, that's something we want to look at. Notice that these are anonymously displayed, so it's okay to show this in class to your students, and if you got a class of 30 students, nobody's going to feel like they're getting singled out. It'll all be just sort of numbers on the screen. But it helps them understand as a class, what needs to be changed or what they need to focus on more. You also get pie charts if you use a multiple choice, and I didn't include an example of that, but anyway, that's how you do that. And if I were to get more responses as I was talking here, I could keep hitting refresh, and it would update with more responses as they came through. So very useful to use during class. If you're interested about where those numbers get stored, go back to your Google Drive and you'll see that your exit poll quiz is here, and you have a Google Sheets document that was generated that says responses on it. So exit poll and exit poll responses. Open up the Sheets document and you'll be able to see all the student responses that came with that. So that'll help you as the teacher see which individual students answered which way.